What up, y'all? I'm back again because I realized that in my excitement, so to speak, about letting the world know that I think Drake is a sucker, I forgot to include his comments that he made about an ex. So I made note about the fact that he likes to talk about exes that allegedly did him wrong or whatever. And probably his most famous ex is tennis legend Serena Williams. Oh shit. I dropped that whole joint. So they went out, the two of them, Drake and Serena, umpteen years ago. Actually, it was more about, 8 years ago or something like that. And, she's moved on. She's won more titles. She's had a successful tennis career. She got remarried to someone that actually seems to value her and treat her the way that she deserves to be treated, from every account that I've heard. And she went on and had a whole ass child. So she's a wife and mom out here living her life. And apparently Drake made the comment that her current husband is a groupie. And this might be almost as bad as the Megan stuff, because at once, not only are you being soggy about, someone that moved on in a relationship from you, but you're also actively out here trying to discredit men who seem to enjoy their wives. Like, you gonna call that man a groupie of his own wife? Like, that's so fucking toxic, it's even hard to encapsulate properly. So wait a minute. If you marry somebody, you're not supposed to appreciate their accomplishments or something? Is that the implication here? So everybody else can enjoy the thing that your wife is known for except you. Is that what it is? Or maybe the implication is, if you marry a woman that is accomplished, you could have only have done so because you like what she accomplished. You admire her. You wish you could be like her or something like that. You can't genuinely enjoy the woman for who she is, and that's ridiculous. And what you're trying to say is you're less of a man if you can humble yourself to enjoy something that your woman did. Like, if you can celebrate your woman's accomplishments in a healthy way, you're allegedly a groupie. This is deeply problematic, and to me, it demonstrates, oh my god, severely why we need gatekeepers in this culture, bro. because my whole thing is this. We'll accept you into our culture. You know, if you're a person out there aspiring to be a rapper. I can't believe I missed that. I'm about to lose now. God damn it. Jesus. I bet Wallace will be happy at that. But yeah, actually, wait a minute. I'll just watch the shit. Can I watch? Yeah, I can. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Alright, we gonna do turns. It's gonna be sub-season. Oh shit, hold on. Oh shit. Damn, I messed up. But anyway, yeah, enough of the distractions. Yeah, I was saying basically that, you know, what's basically being said is, you know, if you're a man and you're married to a woman, a successful woman, not just any woman, but a successful woman, damn, why is my boy getting folded like this? You can only do that because you, I mean, I guess I'm not sure what this implication is. Like, I don't understand. Like, damn, why is my people dying? All right, hold on. I'm not feeling that. My people dying out here. Hold on, son. I'm gonna make him fight Scorpion. There we go. But yeah, so yeah, like you can't enjoy a woman's accomplishments as a man because it makes you less of a man if you do. Because in the relationship, you're supposed to be the accomplished one. And so, but then here's the other thing. When you do have an accomplished ass man with a wife, she's assumed to be the groupie. She's only there because he's rich and blah, 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 blah. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. And again, this woman didn't say nothing to him. She's chilling, living her fucking life. Being a mom, being a wife, being a damn tennis icon. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may have seen her on the court for one of the last times in history, and here you are trying to, like, I don't understand. Like, that's some suck ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you a young dude watching this, like I say, learn from this shit, because that's raw weakness right there. When you out here debasing yourself, talking down on an innocent woman, and not because, you know, men are better than women and they don't need to lower themselves, but what I'm saying is we're the ones with the privilege. We're the ones that have more power in this society. We don't have all the power, but we have more power. We have more freedom. You know, we don't have a government forcing us to carry children to term that we're not necessarily ready to, you know, take care of. We're the ones that have way more power and privilege in this country. And so that means we up as men. We're on the higher echelon in the society. And so for us to be up higher, looking down and punching down, makes you weak. You ain't got to punch down at nobody if you strong. If you have strength as a man, you don't need to resort to deception or tricks or you know, any of those kinds of things. You can just let your natural talent shine and all that. But if you soft and you ain't really got it like that, if you soft and you weak and you soggy and all that, you have to sit there and punch down at people that you think are beneath you. You have to kick them while they're down. And that's not the kind of man to be. Not just because I say so, but because it's going to impact the way people view you. It's going to impact the kinds of rewards that you get in this society and in this world. Because when you punch down on people, it does not go unnoticed. You know, people are always watching what you do, whether you recognize it or not. And if they see you using your power, using your position and your privilege to further yourself at the expense of somebody else, they're gonna see it. It will be seen, it will be noticed, and people will, respond to it accordingly. And you're probably not gonna like the way they respond to it. Keeping it a buck with you. So if you don't want that smoke, don't light that fire. Don't start that fire, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to. I'm not saying you got to go out here and be Captain Save-A-Ho or nothing like that. I'm not saying you got to be a munch. I'm certainly not saying you should be a simp or nothing like that. But oh, he got vengeance. We got to redefine what those things mean, especially once a man is married, because there's this narrative out here that if you're married, you're a simp. Like somebody said that. You know, I had made a comment on this Facebook post one day, and some moron replied to me and said, "You're married. Doesn't that mean you're simping for your wife?" I'm like, bitch, no. Do you know what a simp is? A simp is a guy who, utilizes and squanders his time, energy, and resources and compliments towards a woman that is not reciprocating the same kind of affection towards him. He's the kind of guy that makes excessive comments and all this kind of stuff, and the woman ain't even feeling him. Woman ain't giving him no play. He ain't even met this woman in real life. Oh, he got his vengeance. Damn. That's simping. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Let's see. Like, that's what it means to be a simp. Being a simp is not, oh, you're in a happy, committed, loving relationship. And so because of that, now you don't act macho and you don't have all this extraneous bravado and shit. Like, that's not simping, and that's not soft, and that's not being a groupie. Like, that's the fucking goal. Like, that's why we get our shape ups. That's why we acquire these resources that we acquire. We do it so that we can get the attention and the affection of women as men. Hopefully. Don't be upset because you've been unsuccessful. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been unsuccessful getting women's affections, your goal isn't to then turn around or your response shouldn't be to be like, oh, well, I don't want him anyway. Women aren't all that. You're weak if you want this. No, bitch. Try harder. Do better. Be a better dude. You know what I'm saying? Be different. Cause loneliness in that left hand gets old after a while. And everybody know that. But if you want shit to be different, you gotta be different. You can't do the same old bullshit over and over and over and over again and then think that, oh, women are just gonna flock to you because you're just some great ass motherfucker. Like, no, you got to do better. And that's the problem that I see with Drake. The boy hasn't done better. I mean, just musically, the music's not better than it was a decade ago or 5 years ago. It's been mostly exactly the same. This boy has made a whole career out of putting out the same goddamn album time and time and time and time again. Until he put out that dance record. Then he got lampooned for doing something that people thought or perceived as different. But really, that was his chance to stand on his own too and be like, well, look, I'm doing this now. But because he folded to public pressure, he ain't even doing that no more. Fatality. But that's a weak man. That's a soggy ass man. See, soggy men be out here seeking approval and get upset when they don't get it. Damn, there's not another girl in here. Well, hell, I'll put reptile in the shit. There we go. But yeah, when you weak, your principles and convictions are formed based off of, you know, other people's whims. And that's not a good place to be. You can't stand on your own too. Now, let me make an addendum to that. Standing on your own too doesn't mean that you don't accept correction when the world is admonishing you for doing some stupid shit. So for instance, you have people out here that are like standing with folks like Kanye and Kyrie and all that, because they're conflating standing on your own too and having conviction with just being a stubborn motherfucker. See, because Kyrie issued a half-ass apology and said, I'm not backing down off of my stance, blah, 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 blah. People thought that shit was gangsta. And they want to show him love and support for that. And it's like, no. That's not what this is about. Standing on your own too is not about being, you know, staunch unnecessarily. It's about having convictions, moral convictions, and not wavering on those moral convictions. And I'm talking about objectively moral convictions. I ain't talking about Christian convictions or Muslim convictions. I'm talking about objectively good convictions. Standing on those principles, even when it's unpopular to do so. You know what I'm saying? That's what a strong man does. And that's what he uses his power for. But Drake wouldn't know nothing about that, because he would rather use his power to be trashed. Jesus Christ. he would rather use his power to admonish a man for loving his wife. And really, you not even mad at that man. You're mad because the wife don't love you no more. Really, if we keeping it a buck about what this is all about, you really mad that, you know, that used to be your girl and she don't want your ass no more. And it's like, bruh, but whose fault is that though? I mean, I'm not in a relationship. I don't know why it ended, but they know whose fault it is. And if they analyze it objectively, they'll find out what the problem is. But my point is this. To my fellas out here, please, for the love of Pete, whoever Pete is, don't be out here copying the mannerisms and attitudes of people like Drake. He's a munch. He's soggy. He's a weak man who is intimidated by women that are strong and accomplished and don't want or need him. Their success is an L for him. Do not emulate that. Because your victory does not depend on other people's defeat. At least it doesn't have to. You can be successful all while people around you are successful. And you are successful because of the strength of other people. Especially women. Damn. My boy can't catch a break, can he? Let me try something here. I'm going to run an experiment. Because I want my boy Sub to win, goddammit. I'm biased. But I'm going to let Scorpion be player 1. I'm going to let Sub-Zero be player 2 and see if that has an effect. It'd be funny if Sub-Zero won now. Anyway. Yeah. But you know, our success as men is not formed simply because of our wiles and wit and ingeniousness. It's because we had a community of people behind us that supported us and gave us skills and encouraged us and all that kind of stuff. Every man had a mother. Every person has teachers. And the overwhelming majority of teachers are female. You gonna sit there and shit on all those people and pretend like your success is totally yours? And because your success is totally yours, when someone else is quote unquote more successful than you, that means that they're a better person than you? Like, no, that's dangerous. It is not healthy for you or this world. No. Your success is on the backs and shoulders of those that came before you, those that invested their time in you when you couldn't, when there was no benefit to them. You know what I'm saying? Hell nah. See, look at that. See, Sub won this time. Maybe there's a player 1 bias. But yeah, fellas, what we need to learn is that women are our friends. They are our allies. They are not our subjects. They are not our property. They don't owe us a motherfucking thing. They don't owe us our time. They don't owe us their time, their bodies, their energy, nothing. If a woman decides to give you any of those things, Thank your lucky stars, because she could have gave it to somebody else, but she gave it to your funky ass. Damn. Yeah, player one bias like a motherfucker. Look at that shit. Sub-Zero was getting blowed out, and now he's whooping the shit out of Scorpion. That's horrible. Sheesh. But yeah. And this is true the other way around. We don't owe women or anybody else our energy and our time either. It's not just one way. But my point is, women are the ones that have more to risk and more to lose in interactions, because it's their bodies on the line, man. They get knocked up with our babies. They're the ones that have to try to nurture that baby for 9 months. Even if they're forced by the government to do it. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we're free to go off and do the same thing with another woman. Make another woman bear our children. We have freedom just because of biology. You know what I'm saying? And so they're the ones that get to decide if we're worthy enough. That's because of biology. Because with, power comes responsibility. But what I'm basically saying is this. Please do not emulate that sucker nigga right there. Be better than that. Learn from what he's doing. And when I say learn from what he's doing, I mean learn what not to do from what he's doing. Because his attitude is trash. And a lot of us already disagree with the shit. We believe in commitment. We believe in loving, committed relationships with women where they are our equal and distinct partners rather than our subjects. We believe in this already, most of us. But we need to stand firmly and tell these younger dudes that, hey man, he's being a sucker right now. He's just upset that he can't get no more vagine. And that's the truth of it. That's what makes him a sucker. But with that being said, I'm gone.